Hello, I'm Kelly Ettinger, the Primary Years Program Coordinator at Lehigh Valley Academy. Lehigh Valley Academy is an international baccalaureate world school who serves students from kindergarten through 12th grade. An IB education focuses on inquiry, international mindedness, and giving students voice, choice, and ownership in their education. The Primary Years program prepares our students for a lifelong journey of learning. We teach our students to be curious and wonder about the world around them, as well as giving them the skills to think critically and independently. Who are we? Lehigh Valley Academy is an IB World School. We approach education differently. We believe in a culture of community. We have over 1,800 plus students from over 16 districts and a multitude of cultural backgrounds. We encourage parental involvement, and we have engagement in the classroom between kindergarten through 12th grade. Being IB. LVA is authorized to provide international baccalaureate programs and achieved Middle States accreditation. We follow a curriculum that includes the PA core standards delivered through the IB framework. And all of our teachers are certified in the subject area and receive IB training. We have all 4 of the IB programs. The first program is the Primary Years program, which is kindergarten through 6th grade. The Middle Years program, which is grades 7 through 10. The Diploma program, which is grades 11 and 12. And the Career-Related program, which is grades 11 and 12. Lehigh Valley Academy is one of only 3 schools in the United States that's authorized to offer all 4 IB programs. The Primary Years program. The Primary Years program prepares our students to actively participate in a lifelong journey of learning. The Primary Years program includes our common core subjects, English Language Arts, Mathematics, Science and Social Studies, which are taught through using what we call the units of inquiry. We also have the arts, music, visual arts, drama, physical, social, and personal education, as well as a world language. The IB Learner Profile describes a broad range of human capacities and responsibilities that go beyond academic success. These 10 traits are a set of expectations for learning. They're a way of acting and interacting, and it's woven through the fabric of the LVA curriculum. Our commitment is to help all members of our school community learn and respect themselves, others, and the world around them. As you walk through the hallways of LVA, you will see these 10 traits displayed in our hallways, in our cafeterias, in our classrooms, and that language is really something that we use as a common thread throughout the entire day. The Primary Years program offers a multitude of things. First, it develops the whole child as an inquirer, both in the classroom and in the outside world. This means that we want our students to be curious and wonder about the world around them. We want them to ask good questions, but also we need to model what a good question looks like. The Primary Years program also nurtures independent learning skills, encouraging every student to take responsibility for their own learning. This includes the word agency, which stands for voice, choice, and ownership in student learning. Part of that independent learning skills is also reflecting on what you have done. Reflection is also a big part of the program. What are the things that I've done that went really well, and what are the things I need to work on? The Primary Years program incorporates local and global issues into the curriculum. So not just things that are happening here in the Lehigh Valley, but things that are happening all around the world. The program also develops students' academic, social, and emotional well-being. So we want our students, yes, to be academically strong, but also to have a balance, work hard and play hard. We want them to be able to socialize in a group. The program focuses on international mindedness and strong personal values. So we want our students to think outside of our city, our state, and our country, but also to keep in mind that there are other parts of the world. What is it like for them to go to school there? What are the traditions and customs that they have? And lastly, the program prepares our students for intellectual challenges and further education for their future careers. This includes college and university. Yes, even starting in kindergarten, we want our students to be mindful of what their future will hold. We want them to get those critical thinking skills so that they can attain that job in the future. PYP in action. The primary years program embraces the connections between the units of inquiry and every part of the student's educational journey. What does this mean for a day in the classroom? Our first unit of inquiry that we're going to talk about is a third grade unit of inquiry called Thank You, and it follows the transdisciplinary theme, where we are in place and time. And truly, that word transdisciplinary means that the topic is covered throughout all of the different areas of the day. So not just in math or reading, but also in some of our special subjects such as music or art or physical education. In this unit, students learn about all of the different world leaders, scientists, artists, musicians, people that have made a real difference in our world. The central idea for this unit is that individuals and groups of people have made significant contributions that have helped shape our world. So there's 5 parts to this unit that we usually take into consideration: the investigation part, the real life connections, the reading and math connections, and the activities. As you can see in some of these pictures, our one student up in the left-hand corner learned about Martin Luther King and his contributions to society. He did a project where he learned about the I Have a Dream speech, and then to make those real-world connections, he wrote what his dream was. Students were reading biographies on all of the different world leaders, even presidents, first ladies, scientists. All of those biographies they learned and read about during class, and also checked books out from the library. For math connections, when they were reading about these scientists and authors and world leaders, they made timelines of their life throughout their journey. The culminating activity for this unit is called the Living Museum. For this project, each student picks one of those inventors or scientists or musicians or presidents, and they actually research about them, read their biography, learn everything that they can about that person. And they do a project. They do a written project, and they also then perform in front of the class and in front of parents that come in for a special day. They become that person, dressing like that person, even using different artifacts or different posters or different things that they can use to show who that person really was. They act like that person, and when someone asks or comes, particularly parents or teachers, when they come to the Living Museum and ask those students about their person, they become that person, essentially why it's called the Living Museum. This unit is really fun and really helps our students fall in love with reading as well as math and really get involved in some of those other things that maybe they wouldn't have thought of before. Our second unit that I want to talk about is called Center Stage. That is a 5th grade unit, and it's under the transdisciplinary theme of how we express ourselves. So the central idea for this unit is the investigation into the evolving role that technology and industry has played in the advancement of mankind. During this unit, our 5th grade students learn about the Industrial Revolution. During this unit, our students are learning about all of the inventions that happened during that time period, such as the cotton gin, the telegraph, the phonograph, and even the steam engine. They learn about how these inventions have helped to advance technology today. They also learn about how travel has changed over time. Again, the 5 sections that they learn during this unit include investigation, math connections, reading connections, those real-life connections, and activities. For math, our students form an assembly line to make a product to see if making the product one at a time or using the assembly line would be more beneficial. They learn that the assembly line was something that happened way back during the Industrial Revolution, particularly in factories when they were making many different objects. Real-life connections is important during this time. Technology has changed so much, and one of the activities that our students take part in is interviewing a parent or a friend outside of school and asking them how technology has changed in their life. For reading connections, our students are also reading about all of these different inventions and researching in our libraries. Lastly, our students are taking their math connections, their reading connections, their real life connection, they're investigating in their research, and they're turning it into a final project called Shark Tank. For this project, our students are grouped and they are asked to pick one of the Industrial Revolution inventions. They are asked to recreate it and make a replica of it and then sell it to the sharks during the final presentation. They are to make a proposal to the judges as to why their Industrial Revolution invention is the best, and they also need to use those math skills to come up with an investment and how much money they will need to reproduce their invention. Our units of inquiry, like I said before, make connections not just to math and reading and science and social studies, but they also make connections to world language, music, art, drama, physical education, and library science. That's truly what that word transdisciplinary means, how to make connections through every part of the day. Exhibition. What is it? Exhibition is the culminating project for the PYP in 6th grade. It is a student-centered unit which students research their real-world passion and develop a take-action plan to help spread awareness within the community. This is really a project that helps our students shine, and it shows all of the hard work that they've done starting whenever they started here at LVA until they get to that final project. It's really a wonderful thing to watch and includes everybody that was involved. The roles that our students play, they are going to pick a topic of passion of their choice. They're going to be researching. They're also going to know how to handle conflict management within their group. And finally, they're going to design and create their final project. And just to clarify, this exhibition project is something, again, that is led by the students, not by the teacher. So the teacher and mentor role, they're going to facilitate, they're going to guide and evaluate and advise, and also support and encourage their students throughout this process. During exhibition, the core subjects are also really important. An exhibition encompasses all of them. Math is really important, and there's a few things that we can incorporate the math into this project. Interpreting statistics, graphing and dating, charts and tables. They might even be using measurement, and lastly, possibly even fundraising efforts depending on their project. Reading and writing is really important. There is a written piece, or they're compiling written information for their project. They might be using graphic sources, identifying facts and primary information, and also citing evidence. Some examples of exhibition projects that have happened in the past. We've had organized events such as a walkathon or a bake sale. We've had music videos, podcasts, students who volunteered in the community. We've had organized food drives, composed songs, poetry. Students have created petitions. We've had quiz shows, advertisements, documentaries, and even community questionnaires and surveys. Two of the projects that really stand out in my mind for this exhibition project is that we had a group of students that did a fundraising effort for the St. Jude Hospital. Students were able to raise enough money for St. Jude's Hospital to transport patients in wagons to and from their treatments. Other groups actually collected old shirts and rags to create pet toys and drop them off at the local animal shelter. Our students are really engaged in this project because it comes from them. It shows all of the hard work that they have worked towards since kindergarten or whenever they started here at LVA. All of those foundational skills of being an open-minded student, principled, caring, and working really hard, and still also having that balance really helps our students to finish and create their projects. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about our unique primary years program. The remainder of our presentations will give more insight into life at LVA and our admissions process. Thank you for your interest in Lehigh Valley Academy. We hope that the information provided has given you an idea of what LVA is all about. If you have further questions about LVA, IB, or the Primary Years Program, please go to our website at www.lvacademy.org. We look forward to seeing you in the future.